There we go. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Call Red Plays unexpected live stream. That's what we're doing tonight. And a big warm welcome to all of you who don't watch these streams live, but nevertheless, come and watch them after the fact anyway. I definitely appreciate you folks. Thanks for watching. I know sometimes it's a little disappointing to miss a live stream. Get it? But hopefully, hopefully you enjoy them even when you don't catch them live. Uh-oh. Are we hanging up a little bit on the live stream here? Hey, Alex, how you doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I didn't get it to a video today, so I decided I'd do a little live streaming. Right now I'm on my main account. Let me, Yeah, I think I'm hanging up. Are you getting issues with the live stream? Is it not coming through clean for you? Just let me know. Hey, Fluffies. Yeah, how's the stream looking? It was hanging up for me for a little bit. I don't know if it's looking okay for you guys. Let me Hey, Doctor Who Games. How you doing? Feels like my internet's a little bit wonky right now, which is not great when you're trying to do a live stream. There we go. All right, let's post this. Camera is a little grainy. Yeah, everything looks normal. I could try, I wonder if it's dropping my resolution because it's, let's take my hat off. Because the connection's not so good. I don't know. It seems to be fine now on my end, but yeah. You're thick. Good evening. Good to see you. I just want to post this in the Discord so we can get some folks in here if they're interested. Announcement. Where's my... Oh. I think somebody's been moving stuff around. Huh. Oh, no. It's just... Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we can actually get it. Get into this. Can you extend the screen left and right a little? No, this is basically, oh, this is basically the way it's gotta be. Old man Griff, good to see you. Why, hello, everybody. Neothin. It's not Tuesday, Neo. No. Hey, Great Dane. All right, so I'm on my normal account here. I'm just going to play for a little bit. We've got this clan v clan. We're winning. We were close to this third accessory here, but I just want to make sure that, I don't know, I'm pitching in. I'm on the low side this time around. Honestly, wasn't trying to break the bank or anything. But let's see. Let's do a little live arena. Let's get that first win of the day. This will be interesting. Hey, Joseph. Good to see you. Jack Goodman. Good to see you as well. I'm doing well. I did not get to a video today. My wife and I toured a school for my son. My son is 9 months old. It was a great school. We were impressed. But it's one of those things where, like, you know, you have to get on a list. You have to get on a list. Takes a little while. Hey, Swift Blaze. How important is team power? Team power is... It's not a matter of it being important. It's a matter of, like, if you're trying to figure out in live arena, or not a live arena, in an arena, a classic arena, whether or not, for instance, you're going to win the speed race or you're going to have enough to nuke out the enemy team if they're tanky or something like that, it can help to know a little bit about team power. Still no glasses, yeah. Gee, who is that? Is that Seventh Man or something? Like, there's a content creator who does that all the time. Basketball guy. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll take these two. If you don't want to take that. Now I'm expecting Odin over here, because sometimes that happens. How far along towards Marius? I've been stuck actually, Neo, on I have to farm Shogun, and I just haven't had the energy because it's like constant events, you know, and I don't want to just waste stuff. So it's like I should be doing it right now during the CVC, but so probably wait 2 weeks, and then once I get past that, I'll actually get a bit closer. I think I'm in the last batch of so maybe 40 missions away, 45 missions away, something like that. Yep, there's Odin, there's Marius. That's exactly what I expected. Nothing I could do about it, unless I wanted to pick Odin instead of Armand's. But I think I will just go ahead and... Oh, yeah, I gotta... Where is she? There she is. And let's do this. I know Marius is a little bit of a pain with Shuzhen, but I recently got her second star on her soul, and so now she's moved locations. She's harder to find. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yeah, they're going to be faster than me. This is probably over already. Not much you can do when you're free to play and you're like, all right, you know, I can only get so fast. Oh, look how close it is, too. So close. It's so close. Do I have the accuracy? Almost. Not quite. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to get through, but I was like, it's probably over. Yeah, it's over. Like, maybe I want to get Armand's going, and then I could have done that differently. I could have, like, activated our mons. But if I push the turn meter and then you push the turn meter back, then Marius would have nuked me out. And my Mesmel wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. But that's okay. Look at this. Look at this. You know what? Let's just do this. So freaking tired of Marius. I see him all day, every day. Yeah, I think you know what? I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go Shuzhen. And then let's see. I know I only have 1 damage dealing threat, which is problematic. There's a lot that I could have done. I'm just trying to get 1 win. I don't really care. It's like, I'm not here to play live arena and show anything off. I'm just here to say hey to people. Stream ended for you. I'm tempted to take him. I mean, I have to kill too many people. All right, let's do this and ban out Marius. We have a strong attack into Harima here, so maybe we can kill her off and block her with the block her revive with the Mesomel. No, they got rid of Mesomel. Yeah, it's my 1 nuker, right? But now I gotta kill people with Odin, who hits okay. Hey, Artek. Yeah, sometimes this takes forever. Sometimes it takes absolutely forever. Let's see. She's stunned. I don't really know what this chick does. Yeah, if I had my Odin built a little bit better, that'd probably help. But I may be able to work this. Might be able to work this. Hey, Steve. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, Bront. Yeah, perma-stun would be nice. That's the goal here. There we go. There we go. That's our win. I should go for this 50 energy, actually. Oh, look. Live Arena literally just shut down. I got my win, and it's out. Okay. That was good timing. Nice, Bront. You're first place? Let me go check out the leaderboards. I have not looked at the leaderboards today much. I've actually been moving up. I looked. So last night, I think weirdly, it was listing me first place in Clan Boss, which no, no, that's not a thing. But yeah, so I don't know what's up with the boards right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboards. Okay. So Bront, number 1, 2945. Very well done. That's fun. That's fun. I've moved up into 28th. I moved up into 20th. I know what I've done, and I'm going to show you guys what I've done to get a little bit of progress, but it's really, like, I haven't done much. So it feels like, first of all, some of the stuff that I'm getting points from, like, I'm getting more points than most people, so they're going to catch me on those. But I still feel like I have a lot of space ahead of me in some areas. But anyway, let's yeah, that's cool, bro. Let's go check out. All right, what do we have to do here? We have to do a clan boss. Yeah, let's do a clan boss. Ultra Nightmares down, Nightmares down. Let's do Brutal. And for Brutal, I'm going to switch it up here. Do a little Brute Force. Where is she? There she is. Do that. Okay. It was a bug, Sapphic. Hey, Mr. Creator. Creator? Mr. Creator? Escort? Hey, Lou Mac. Good to see you, buddy. Logan? I don't know if I missed anybody. If I missed you, I'm the Iron Rat. Sorry if I missed you. But it's good to see folks. Now I'm having a little bit of wonkiness with my, like, on my end. So if the stream stutters or stalls out or anything, let me know. I'll try to work on it. I think it's okay, but it's hard to tell. All right, so what else do we have to do here for right now? Clan v Clan. I could grab some clan rewards. I think the only thing I have to do right now is this Queen's Fury tournament. So yeah, I have to start that. And I want to get that Soul Stone before the thing ends. I could go for this Dust, but that's a lot of energy just for Dust. I'm probably not going to go for that. Sand Devil Turn Attack is done. That was a lot of energy. Actually, let me see where I am on the leaderboards. Am I in the top 10? I'm in 9th place right now. Oddly enough, 9th place here is better than 8th place. That always, I'm like, why? Get 150 energy instead of 40 gems, which would convert to 130 energy. I mean, it's a little bit of flexibility, but this guy's probably going to pass me. I'm going to end up with 100 energy, but I think that's okay. I don't really need to get in there and use any more energy. So yeah, it's just about the arena. Could do a little bit. That's boring. We could do that at a time. Guess we could kill a couple of arena teams while we're here. Right, player math. Okay, as long as it looks good for you guys. You just got that on your main account, but you're 3 days past 5 months and currently stuck at getting an affinity to level 7. What did you just get on your main account? Dungeon Divers ends tonight. That's true, Charles. That's true. See if there's any stone skin here to mess me up. Nope. All right. So Dungeon Diver. Where do we stand on Dungeon? Okay, we need a bit more. We need a bit more. I think I'm gonna run that in the background on my phone though, because why watch me do 100 runs of the Queen's, dungeon? All right, so I think we're probably done here. So let's shut this one down. Let's pull up the challenge account. I can update you on what's going on over there. And let me get on my phone. Don't want to forget about that Dungeon Divers. Thank you, Chars. I probably would have remembered right before I went to bed, and then I would have had to stay up for another 2 hours playing on my phone. All right, so here, the sound is on for some reason. I never have the sound on. All right, let's go ahead and get that dungeon rolling. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do 36. Yes, you may use my gem. Okay, so let me show you a couple of places where I made some progress since the last video, which was like yesterday. So I pushed Magic Keep a little bit because I was trying to farm the potions for Alice. I 6-starred Alice after the video. So Alice is 6 stars. I wish I had done it sooner. Honestly, I wish I had made her my first 6-star. She's such a better farmer than Athel. It's crazy. So she doesn't even have great gear, but let's just go here. This is brutal. And we'll do an Athel run, right? And then we'll do an Alice run and you'll see the difference. But I think, I don't know, was it you, Brunt, who 6-starred your Alice first and you didn't 6-star your starter champion? Somebody that I was talking to did that. And in terms of time, like in game, it's just paid off so much. It's reduced my campaign farm by at least half in terms of time. Yeah, her A2 is amazing for wave. Hey, Hidan. Good to see you. You're working through Hidan's working through the whole library of Cole Red Plays, going back to the beginning, working his way through. Got like 300 plus videos. Okay, so what was that? That was 44 seconds. 44 seconds. Now let's throw Alice in. She's only level 56. She at level 40 though, when I started campaign farming with her, it was fast. It was still fast at level 40. And I'll show you her gear compared to Athel's gear. Athel's gear is better. I'm almost tempted to switch Athel's gear over to Alice. $12 seconds. New record. What was it? It was 44 seconds, right? And now it's 12 seconds. So I'm saving 30 seconds a run at this point. Alice will be your 5th. Okay. Kale is 10 seconds for you. Well, you must have good gear on him. I do not have good gear. I have awful gear. So this was what I was talking about. I wanted to get Alice's accessories unlocked. Yesterday, you can see here on day 19, I got 500 energy. I went and got into the Magic Keep. I pushed the Magic Keep to stage 17. And I was farming 15 and 16. 15 has a 12.5% chance of dropping the highest potion. And I think 16 has it's like a 15% chance. And I have this mission, right? Win a superior spirit potion. So like I could try to do that today. I guess I could try to do that today. But I was just trying to gather a few. I need like 13 or something for Alice. I spent that entire 500 energy plus more energy plus 600. I got none. I got 0. I had to go into the tavern and go to the potion mixer, and I made myself 2. I was so pissed. I got none. Maybe I got 1. Did I finally get 1? I might have gotten 1 today, or like right before, not today, but before the server reset. For the first 15 runs, all I got were lesser magic potions. I didn't even get greater magic potions. I was like, it's supposed to be a 12.5 to 15% chance to get the superior magic potion. I ran this thing like almost 40 times, I think. I think I ran it 40 times. So 12.5% would be 5 times. Should have seen 5 drops. I saw none. I was so pissed. And I wasted all that energy. What I should have been doing is just putting it into masteries or whatever. I've gotten Geomancer to 50. I just put him into regen. I was going to try to get him into regen and immortal, but I couldn't. But I decided to put him into regen because of the dwarven faction crypts. So if we go here, you can see I'm up to 150 stars. You can't see them. It's 150. But you can see Dwarf Crypt. I got 12 stars yesterday. I got up to stage 6. I couldn't quite beat the boss. That's why I put him into regen to try to beat the boss, but it still didn't work. But you can see all the stars I've got. 21 on Demon Spawn. You know, I've got like 2 on Undead Horde, 2 on Knights Revenant, 7 on High Elf, 6 on Dark Elf. So the only crypt I don't have any stars right now is Shadow Cannon, and that's going to change because I've picked up Kunoichi. So by herself, she'll get me at least 1 star, right? She'll get me at least the first level, if not a couple more. And I think I have some others. So, Odachi and then a couple of infiltrators, some conscripts. That should get me a few stars. But really, it's just trying to get me forge materials. And then I use my forge materials, and I finally got a perception speed boot. It was only 4 stars, but it had accuracy as a substat. That's my first crafted speed boot. I've made hundreds. At this point. And I threw it right away on Ugo. I rebuilt her. She actually lost a little bit of speed. She lost 2 or 4 speed, but I picked up like 80 accuracy, something like that. So she's okay. I really need a replacement for this chess piece, which is awful. I need HP, or even flat HP would be hugely beneficial. Or I need to just get out of the shield set and get him into like good immortal and resilience or something. So. Everyone always talks about Minotaur, rightfully so, but Potion Keeps really need to touch up too. Yeah, they do. They do. Nice, Bron. There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got a few champions that are built now for faction crypts. I'll probably start putting these in the vault. I'm not going to use them pretty much anywhere else. I think the rest of these are chicken. I'm not sure about Marquez, yes. Yeah. Not sure about her. Probably she's a chicken. Yeah, probably. How are you getting 9 seconds? It feels like a perfect run. Maybe she's getting 1. Maybe it's just 1 extra hit. All right, this is a wave clear. This is a wave clear. Oh, well, I didn't wave clear that one, but usually it is. This is a double nuke. If that's perfect, I guess it's because my food took a turn. I don't know how to get that down to 9 seconds. That feels like maybe 10 seconds. I mean, she's weak hitting here. But of course, I don't have accessories on her yet. So, if she one shots and then 2 shots, unless she gets a cooldown reduction somewhere, and then she could just do 3 A2s, that would be huge. But I don't mind. Even 22 seconds is not that bad. What is the best dungeon campaign to run to push account level, not champion levels? If you're pushing if you're doing like, if you're just trying to get account levels, you just run campaign. That's all you do. Yeah, frame rate unlimited. Probably. Yeah, unlimited. All right, so I didn't really think this through when I started the live stream. I'm like, I'll just play with it. I'm gonna have to use up this energy, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use up this energy. There's a little bit there. Not a ton. 275 energy. That's not too bad. We can get some stuff done. Also, I want to get back into arena. I'm doing okay in arena. You just got to pick your targets. Ugo's decently fast, so she's usually going first. Wukong is just here for the buff strip, just in case. Doesn't really hit hard. But Alice does. I'm in Golden 1. Starting to push it a little bit. Let me just double check something. Did I take gear off of somebody? I feel like I took gear off of somebody, but I guess not. Okay. And I'm trying to push 3v3 arena a little bit. I almost got promoted. I was like right here. I was at like right at 1200 points or whatever. And I just kept expecting to see it turn green, and it didn't. It wouldn't turn green no matter what I did. And then I ran out of tokens, and I didn't want to buy them. So, but right now I've got one-man defenses in. And we could definitely, buy this energy if I wanted to. Right now I'm buying these fragments just for the fusion event. You can see I bought the shard. See if there are any other good targets here. Not really. Maybe that could be faster than me. Maybe not. Let's try it. It's worth a shot. All right. That's not... I'm not hitting hard there. That's a problem. We got the cooldown reduction on her. That's not awful. Yeah. Okay. Really? Another Alice is going to nuke me out. Surprisingly, if I win this, I will laugh. This is what speed does for you. That's totally speed. That's all that is. It's just speed. Just speed. Yeah, old man Griff, just run campaign. Just run food through campaign. Alice's A1 is great. It also removes unkillable and block damage. It's really nice. I'm liking her A1. I'm actually liking her a lot more than I expected to. As soon as I 6-starred her, I was like, holy cow. Holy cow, I've been sleeping on this. I should have pushed her harder earlier. I won and didn't laugh. I laughed on the inside, okay? I laughed preemptively. I laughed before I won. Don't tell me I didn't laugh. Call me a liar in my own live stream. We need a poll. We need a poll. Let's see. Oh, I got one. I'm curious what people say about this. All right. When you get a shot, go ahead and. All right, we got our keys. Doing pretty good on mystery shards. We're up over 700, which is nice. Result of all that campaign farming. Always running close, though. There's a champion. The champion training is for the Lunar Deck of Fate, right? Yeah. Upgrade champion. All right. I did get 200 energy here, which was kind of nice. Let's see if we'll get anything. Can we get anything in the... Yeah, we could get those 20 points. I'd love to, like, push this, but I just don't have the energy to do it. So, but we've got some sources of energy. We can play. We can play for at least an hour. People leaning towards Alice. That's interesting. See ya, Hadan. Have a good day, man. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's what are we doing? What were we doing? We were doing arena. 8 minutes there. So the question is, what do I want to push, right? Oh, I was trying to give you updates on this. So Dragon's Lair, I pushed to 15, and I can farm that pretty consistently without any trouble. 16, it's not working yet. And I'm not using Geomancer. I tried using Geomancer, wasn't particularly helpful, so I've kept Wukong in, but I think it actually works either way. The problem is if I pull Wukong out, it's a little bit trickier. So it's a little bit trickier in the waves, but also the boss gets an increased attack, and sometimes Ugo doesn't have the block buffs at the right moment. So that's why. And then I haven't done anything with Fire Knight's Castle. I'm gonna wait for the new thing. I was trying to farm some speed gear here. Let's go ahead and we'll do a run of this so I can show you. Let's go grab some energy so we can do some better things. I should do the Iron Twins. Maybe not. Maybe not. Pulled your third Geomancer today? Wow. On a new account? Like on a challenge account? I think Alice, the 5-star soul is probably what puts her over the top for me. I would say probably. I think Wukong's the better. If you didn't have the soul for Alice, I think Wukong would be better. I think you get a lot of value out of him being Spirit Affinity too, which is nice. Although sometimes that's a problem. But you can also use him in all sorts of cheese mechanics in Doom Tower and dungeons. Having that buff strip is really great. His value is reduced a little bit by the fact that we all got Ugo this time around. So I think between her soul and the fact that we all have Ugo, that lowers his value a little bit. But I actually do think he's the better champion. Although I'm enjoying her lockout. Right now it's only 75%. Ouch. Old man. Griff is on the cold streak. I was on that cold streak last year. That was rough. Does using a destroy max HP champ reduce damage done by... Yes, it would. You would reduce the overall max HP, and then you would hit for a percentage of that max HP, but it's been reduced, so you do a little bit less damage. Yes. Well, if you only pull during 2 times events, you're behind. Yeah, I've already started to throw my books into Alice. I think I put 3 books on her today for the CVC. We're trying to win the CVC. It's very close. We were like within, I think last time I checked, we were within like 4,000 points of each other. And unfortunately, I don't really have any way to spike points unless I wanted to pull my Sabbatha, which I don't. What blessing for Alice? Right now, I think I've got her in Brimstone. Because Brimstone, PvE, right? Brimstone for clan boss, Brimstone for dungeons. That being said, I think ultimately I'd probably end up going Helm Smasher. Not Helm Smasher. Helm Smasher is the mastery. Crushing Rend. Probably end up going Crushing Rend. Yeah, Soul Reaper is also a good choice. That's not bad. A 6-star piece. But so that's what it looks like. Now let's swap out. So what was that? 308. Let's swap in Geomancer, see if that's any better. Should also get my Hell Hades optimizer running. Close to 50-50 between Alice and Wukong. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, did I actually choose a Soul Reap? I'm pretty sure I chose Brimstone. That got dangerously close to a failed run. Because if Tagore dies, I think it's a failed. Don't die, Tagore. There you go. Heal yourself. He's gonna die to it. He's gonna die to the boss. Did I Juan Pablo? Okay. Yeah, honestly, like my sense of time right now is so distorted. I've drastically changed my daily schedule now that my wife has gone back to work. I'm with the baby from like 7:30 a.m. to like 1 p.m. But on top of that, he's in a sleep regression again. So there's like a 4-month sleep regression. Now he's in the 9-month sleep regression. And so he wakes up like 3 times a night now. And so my wife and I are trading off. So we're getting like so little sleep. It's really rough. So usually she gets up, like he goes down around 7 or 7:30. But usually he wakes up around 11. She'll go in and feed him. And then he usually wakes up around 3 a.m. And that's when I get up. And I'm usually with him for about 45 minutes before he'll go back to sleep. And then she gets up when he wakes up in the morning. Come on, give me something good. So that was faster, but it was riskier. You can see, Tagore almost died there. So I feel like the Wukong is maybe a little bit less risky. How do we do here? All right. 41 seconds. Let's go check the skills on Alice. So yeah, I dropped 3 books into her. It was these 2 for damage and this one for damage. Which honestly isn't the worst. Like I want to go into the A2 and the A3. I want to try to avoid the A1 if possible. Not because the A, like you want the A1 eventually, you want these 2 debuff chances. But what I really want is to get this to 100% and then get the cooldown on it. That would be massive, I think. I wouldn't mind the cooldown on this and the damage as well, because this is her hardest hitting skill, I think. But I just got a ton of pinpoint over here on my phone. Yeah, so I'm already dropping books there. You can see how close we are. Oh, they pulled ahead 88,000. We were within like 2 or 3,000. We were really, really close. So somebody used something there. Let's see. I wonder if it's like one person just trying to carry the team. No, they've got 2 up here. They've got a bunch of people over 100,000. So I think the bottom of our team is doing better than theirs, right? And then you can see matched up. So where do they catch up? Here at 11th. So their top 11 are doing better than our top 11. But the rest of us are doing better. Okay. Well, I should be able to do another, I don't know, few thousand points. Let's take a look at a Doom Tower. So there might be some energy here to grab. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Oh, Alice is getting a little bit more of a lead here. I don't have He-Man. And I don't like exclusive champions. I don't like the idea of them. I mean, I have Nair Gigante Archer because I got lucky. I like what they've been doing with like the 2 big events here, the Asgard Divide and the Alice, where it's like these are not exclusive champions, right? They're not. They'll be they'll be permanently added to the champion pool, so you can get them from shards after the event's over. I think that's awesome. That's so much better. Book Corvus. Yeah, book Corvus. Corvus is a great champion. He does a lot. He's really good. You can pull a Loki, yeah. You can pull a Loki or a Freya or an Odin or a Thor. You can pull all of them. Looks like it's going to work out just fine. That's good, because I actually want to farm this guy. So if this is relatively fast, that would be good. Yeah, he drops Bloodthirst materials. So for the Doom Tower, for the last couple of days, I've been farming Fatal. I've got some Fatal. Fatal's not bad. I just for the extra 5% crit rate. And then I decided maybe I'll do Guardian instead. Now, Guardian's one of those where you really don't want 3-star pieces. Like you want higher pieces, but the regen doesn't matter, and the passive still works regardless of if it's 3-star gear or 6-star gear. But I really want Bloodthirst because I think that's a way to upgrade your starter champion and maybe Alice. Get her into Bloodthirst. That would be good. I have sort of an idea for the clan boss team. So Geomancer is going to be my clan boss champion, like my damage dealer. And then the question is like, who do I put around him, right? So let's say we go with Ugo for the cleanse and the heal, but the cleanse for the stun. Like that's what we're worried about. We'll cleanse, the stun, assuming she's not the target, right? So we'll have to make her not the target. So then the idea is, do we keep Tagore for the heals and the increased speed, or do we just let Tagore go? Let Monkey go, right? We'll keep Alice for the time being for the Brimstone. So we got 1, 2, 3. right? And then I'm thinking Anchorite. Anchorite's going to give me some heals on the A1. It gives me that big heal on the A3, the increased crit damage. But this is the other one, right? Removes the random debuff from all allies. So I could potentially cleanse the slow here. So I could either use him to cleanse the stun or Ugo to cleanse the stun and the other one to cleanse the slow, making it affinity friendly. And extend buffs, right? So we want to extend buffs, but we don't really have any important buffs right now, except we're getting Morag. So Morag's going to give us a strengthen. So I'm thinking about that strengthen, right? And then we've got the increased crit rate, increased crit damage buffs. Those can be extended. And maybe, maybe those with the heals from Ugo and Anchorite might be enough to kind of keep me alive for a while. And then we've got Morag. Morag's going to activate this A1, so you get a little bit more healing there. Get this A1, so you've got the leech chance coming out. You got this A1, right? This A1. She might be the buff removal champion, right? So you're going to block you want to block the buff if you can, but you might have to cycle it this way. And that's a pretty decent 1-1 speed tune. The other option is, of course, I could keep Athel in, right? Yeah, that weaken out there. We have the weaken from this. But they're different affinities. And then the other option is to go with Kunoichi as the ally protector. So, no, that's not what to do. So if we go with Kunoichi as the ally protector, the problem is this turn meter fill. But then you could buff extend the ally protection. Right? So the other thought, potentially, is we bring out Sabbatha. She gives us an increased defense and an increased attack and more heals. Plus she gives us a revive. Probably won't matter. But so now we'd have Sabbatha with the increased defense. We'd have Kunoichi with the ally protect. We'd have Morag with the strengthen. We'd have Anchorite with the buff extension. And then we'd have Geomancer. We lose Ugo there, and we lose our decreased defense. We still have the weaken. The heals from Sabbatha, so that would, cover the heals that we lost from Ugo. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not really sure. Maybe we don't do Kunoichi. We drop her, and we keep Ugo. So we have Ugo, Sabbatha, Anchorite, Morag, and Geomancer. I kind of like that, right? The problem with those 5 is we lose our Brimstone. We lose, the Athels, Giant Slayer and all that stuff. So we have to get masteries on all those. But in the long term, that actually feels decent to me. I will have a strengthen and an increased defense and a buff extension. We've got a bunch of heals. We've got a block debuffs. We've got a decreased defense. We've got a weaken. We've got an HP burn. We've got 2 different heals. We've got 2 different cleanses. That feels like a really good team. It feels like a good team. How the hell are people voting Alice over Wukong? It's for the challenge specifically, right? She's got a 5-star soul. He doesn't have any soul. That's a big difference. And like I said before, I think having Ugo on the roster reduces Wukong's value a little. Yeah, you can pull Freya. I've pulled Freya. I've pulled multiple Freyas. I have 3 copies of Freya. Doomscreech would be interesting. Yeah, because he gives me an increased defense. So maybe I could, you're right, I could potentially use him. And I could book him out. It would not be a problem to book him out. Gives you an increased defense on a 3-turn cooldown. Turn meter fill, though. Turn meter fill can be problematic. can be problematic. What's interesting though, now that you mention it, we have an increased speed buff from Tagore. And we have a buff extender. And that's all you need to get to a 2-to-1 speed tune. That's interesting. Imagine Tagore and Anchorite. He brings heals and a shield. You can use this revive. It's not a 5-turn cooldown, though. Morag, Sabbatha, and Geo. I don't know. When you have Geo, you don't need to go 2-to-1, right? The reason to go 2-to-1 would be to bring in like Athel or Alice. Yeah, there's her Brimstone. Or, both of those. That sucks. Okay. What am I trying to do now? What am I trying to do? I miss my Deacon Armstrong. Can't go into a faster team. Gotta go first. Let's go look at Clan Boss over here. All right, so my one key on hard is 10.5 million. This is why it was so funny when last night it listed me as #1 in Clan Boss. I'm like, I'm literally not in the top 10 in my own clan. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, the frustrating thing here is that it's 11.65 million, right? So I'm a little bit shy of the one key. Yeah, I think they're both very good champions. They have some overlap, right? That they're both very good in arena. I mean, he's got a 100% buff steal, whereas she's got a 75% lockout without books, if you're talking about without books. So there is that, right? But you throw in that 5-star soul. Yeah. So, all right. Let's see what else we got going on. Trying to get more ag, but the Plarium points takes too long to acquire. PP50, I'm sorry, PP500 is a code. Plarium points. You get 500. You get 500 free Plarium points. So if you drop that in, that should be good. That reminds me. I wonder if there are any codes that I have not yet entered for the challenge account. I did not use welcome gift early enough. I think I didn't get a bellower. Some people were able to get the bellower. That was disappointing. I wanted that bellower. Yeah, I would have loved the bellower.
Really? That's interesting, Adam Murray. I've never seen that before. All right. So Alice is 55 to 45. It's been as close as 48 to 52. So clearly, they're both very good champions. Let's do another poll. Um, just curious what people think. Yeah, I need to get Tagore in better gear. He's starting to be the bottleneck. I've upgraded Ugo's gear, and I've been able to upgrade Alice's gear a little bit. Athel's still in the gear she's been in for like 10 days. She really hasn't gotten any upgrades at all. So only 9.6 there. That's okay. All right, where we were talking about Doom Tower, right? So we were able to push past this. There's no energy here, not until tomorrow. But there is a glyph. That's always good. And I could farm this. All right, let's go farm dragon a little. Try to do that. I love Belor. He's one of my favorite rare. Well, he might be my favorite rare in the game. Might be my favorite rare in the game. You switched out Geo for Fane in my Ultra Nightmare Unkillable, and it got worse. Couldn't she actually put out more damage because Geo's passive doesn't activate? No, Joshua Lynch. Geo's passive still activates. Are you thinking because you have a block damage buff, he won't reflect? He still reflects. He doesn't have to be damaged. He just has to be hit. All right, let's see how we're doing I'm on the main account on the phone here. See if we did enough to get that Dungeon Divers in a better place. All right, so the Queen's Fury tournament is mostly done. I've got my points, but I want to go for the Soul Stone. The Tea Party. Ooh, 75 gems. Nice. Dungeon Divers. All right, I still need more points. Ooh, there's 300 energy if I get more points. All right, let me just fire this off. Alice Chase. Ooh, I got my 4-star soul for Alice on my main. There we go. Be good. Be good. Please be good, Speed Gear. Ooh. Nice. That might be my best speed piece yet. Let's see. Who could I put that on? It doesn't have accuracy on it. Doesn't have accuracy on it, which is kind of problematic. Who needs to be fast but not have accuracy? Nobody on my team. Nobody at all. It's like, whatever. Okay. Still a good piece. I'll find a use for it. It'll go on my Haikatoon. It'll go on my Haikatoon when I pull her in 15 days. Still a good piece. Yeah, maybe Anchorite. Maybe Anchorite. It's got resistance on it and HP, I think. So that could be good for Anchorite. He doesn't need any accuracy. So yeah. Hey, Midi. Good to see you. We quad roll speed right now. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Tagore doesn't need accuracy either. The reason I didn't think of Tagore is because he's in a shield set, and I'm hoping to keep it that way, but I'm starting to think it doesn't matter anymore. Like, it does play. You can see even here it plays, it keeps everybody healthy. But if I could make him better, that would be huge. Because right now he's very squishy, and that chest piece is just awful. Just flat attack. Yeah, there's decent healing. There's decent healing, and he puts out the shield from the revive anyway. Like he uses it, right? His AI just uses it. So unless I want to turn it off, like there, he just used it. I'm gonna keep the shield set for faction crypts because it can get me resources in some places, but I think it's time to rebuild Tagore. So maybe we'll put that piece on Tagore. It's either him or Anchorite. We don't have much trouble damaging the boss, you know, like we burn through the purple bar usually here at stage 15 pretty easily. For whatever reason, stage 6, I think the benefit here is that we're all strong affinity here, basically, except for Geomancer, who you don't care about, right? Being strong affinity. Whereas on the next stage, we're all neutral. And you can see how close we come to dying here, despite the fact that, you know, the enemies are weak hitting us and stuff. So maybe if I just rebuilt Tagore, that would change something and we could push up to stage 16 because that'd be slightly better place to farm. What are my thoughts on the new Hydra changes talk? So I'm not part of the content creator program. This is what I've heard, and maybe you can fill me in if there's something that you know that I don't know, which is that there was a meeting between the devs and some content creators where the idea of still fixing Hydra more, it came up. That's disappointing. Flat HP with speed and accuracy is not bad. That's not bad. That's going to be a usable piece for me. Let's go look at Tagore. Let's see if we can maybe rebuild him. So the pieces that, well, first of all, if we look at them, this piece is pretty good, flat defense. This is my best piece on my account. Are these resilience boots? Or at least it was before I just pulled that speed helmet. This might now be the best piece on my account. Depends how it rolls. But you can see I even ascended it into speed, which is nice. So let's go look at resilience for a second. Let's sell all this crap, by the way. That's actually a decent piece. That is too. But let's go check out resilience. So is there a resilience glove that would be worth? No, there isn't, I don't think. Defense. Okay. I think there's a decent chess piece here. This chess piece is pretty good. I think I have a decent chess piece here too, but it's perception and he doesn't need the accuracy. But this piece is, you can't really see. Let me move my camera. Okay. So this piece is pretty good. I think there's another chess piece that's not bad. Maybe this flat HP one. I feel like there was another one. That accuracy chess piece is 3 stars. I can sell that. Don't. The Slayer pieces that I got were awful. Just awful. All right, so assume we keep the boots. Let's see what we can get out of the speed set. Don't mind those 2 pieces. Those would be helpful, right? But I think from speed, we're probably going to use the chest and the helmet. Probably going to use that and that. Could use that on somebody. Who would we use that? Got almost usable piece. Just don't have the right combo. Hey, Foxmoon. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I did call you out in the last video. All right, so Papa Red. Hey, thugs. Papa Red. All right. Yeah, so getting back to the Hydra thing, I hope they continue to make changes because right now the game mode is awful. It's really bad. I don't like it at all. So my hope is they continue to tweak it. I can be patient if they're willing to be transparent with us and say, hey, you know, we're going to try to make Hydra changes and keep working on it till we get it right, and it might take 6 months. But we're going to try, you know, we'll bring out a patch in 2 months' time, and then if that doesn't work, we'll bring out a patch 2 months later than that. And that's fine, great. If that's what you want to do, beautiful. You don't have to get it all right at the first time. But what you have to do is acknowledge when the player base is really ticked off that you've made a mistake and address it in a reasonable time fashion. That's all I care about. So you're distracting me here. I'm trying to rebuild a champion. All right, so I think I have some decent defensive pieces as well. I have 2. I think it's a glove, maybe. No, chess piece. Yeah, I have this chess piece, which is actually very nice. And I have this, which is okay. I think maybe though. I'm gonna say those should go on shield guard. All right, so if we try that on, and then I think it's that. But do we have another choice? Because I'm not taking off the boot, so it would have to be a shield. Or a weapon. We do have this weapon. even though it's got a wasted roll in accuracy. We could do that. And that would allow us to use... We have this too. This. And this. All right. So total stat wise, we gained 12 speed. We've only lost 54 defense. We lost a little bit of attack, and we've lost 710 HP. And we'll get all of that back. But what we've lost is the shield, right? That's what we've really... This is not awful. Let's see how we roll. That's nice. HP is good. Wouldn't mind one into each here. One speed is okay. HP. Nice. And let's roll this. Crit rate is not what I wanted, but it's okay. All right, so now where do we stand? So we've picked up 2,600 HP, 180 defense, and 24 speed. We lost a little resistance, and accuracy basically stayed the same. And then we're giving away the shield set to do this. But this feels better. Feels better. Feels better. Let's get him back into Dragon and see how it actually feels in Dragon. All right. See if he just feels tankier. He should feel tankier. Congrats, Jack Goodman. Yeah, Dungeon Divers can be such a grind. Hey, Roadblock. Good to see you, buddy. CVC is a close affair. We were actually we had closed the gap to like 2K, and then somebody put on like 90,000. So we're now like 80 or 85,000 behind, I think. Six-star soul for Galathier. Wow. Two of my recent collabs hanging out here. Roadblock and Bront Cat Herder. I've got more collabs coming. Next week. More collabs. I enjoy collabs, but For whatever reason, they don't get the views, folks. Like, if you enjoy collabs, please, when you watch a collab, hit the like button. Because for whatever reason, they do like half the views of a normal video. Hey, Mike. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, you know, I don't live stream at this time very often. Every once in a while, I like to. I did get to a video today because I was I was touring a school. I was touring a school for my 9-month-old son, who's, you know, you got to start doing these things earlier and earlier, right? My wife and I were just kind of laughing about it, because his grandmother mentioned it, and we were like, "Yeah, isn't it kind of early for that?" And then we looked online, and they were like, "Oh no, you need to do that right now." We were like, "Oh, whoops." So yeah, that's what we've been doing. This feels a little bit less dicey. He definitely feels tankier, so it's good to have a tanky reviver. More HP, more heals then for everybody too, right? Because he's healing based on his max HP pool, I think. I hate the event set, honestly, and the day set. All right, let's grab a little bit more energy. I'm gonna say that a lot tonight. Grab a little bit more energy. Jump in the market here for a second. Ooh, get those. Nice. And let's check out stage 16. Yeah, let's just check it out. Yeah. I don't know who said that in the live stream the other day, but that cracked me up. People been running with it. Soul Cross. That's one. It's not where I am tonight, man. I wish I could help you out. I don't even know what's there. Or S11 maybe? Can be a pain, especially on hard mode. On normal mode, I can clear all 101 stages, most of the rotations. On hard mode, I'm usually in like the high 70s to high 80s. Although there's one rotation where I did clear everything. Given your other interests. I don't mind. I can laugh at myself. I can also laugh at YST. Your 2-year-old has been on a wait list for preschool for a full year already, and we aren't sure he'll get in this fall. Crazy, yeah. This school that we're considering seems relatively competitive. But I mean, there are 2 other schools we're also considering. But the first one we looked at, the one that we went to visit, is the one that we knew the least about. The other 2 we're more familiar with, because we've either had friends' kids go there or, you know, we know people who work there, those kinds of things. But this one is just new to us, and it's a relatively new school. I think it's been in operation about like 10 or 15 years. And I asked, you know, I was like, is the wait list worse for the older kids or for the younger kids? And she's like, up until this year, it's been worse for the younger kids, but now it's getting worse for the older kids. which seemed to imply to me that for the younger kids, it's a little bit better. And we're a younger kid, right? We're not even a year old yet. So that's a piece we can use. So we cleared stage 16. We can now farm stage 16. That's what you do. You get gear on stage 15 that allows you to upgrade a champion that can make you farm stage 16. I think it also helps that Alice is now level 56. Because last time I tried, she was like, she might have been level 50, actually. She might have been 5 stars still. No, I tried her after 6 stars, but I think she was like level 30 or something. So I don't really want to push this more. I don't think it's efficient to push more. Well, let's just try it one more time and we'll see how it actually runs. Because I'm pretty sure Geomancer died and had to be revived, right? In the meantime, I've got my phone here. I tell you, the pinpoint gear that I get is such trash 95% of the time. I don't really want 5-star pieces. All right, I've gotten 4 usable pieces. They're all accessories. Damn. Almost done. All right, now let's see where we stand in terms of points. In the Dungeon Divers. Almost there. 39.50. I need 210 more points. Okay. Not too bad. Queen's Fury tournament closing in. I need 225 more points. No, 325 more points. 4-star chicken. I'll take it. Let's use some of our clan energy here. I got to get a stage 30 team together. I've got to get a stage 30 team together. I have the champions to do it. So this looks reasonable. It doesn't feel like super. I mean, I'm not crushing it, right? I'm doing okay. I don't really feel I can step up to stage 17 with this team. Like, Geomancer is going to need to be 6 stars. Tagore is probably going to need to be 6 stars. Pinpoint gear, yeah, speed and accuracy, but also crit rate, crit damage. I'm looking for damage sets as well. But mostly I just want speed. Sepulchre Sentinel. So there are some challenges with Sepulchre Sentinel. I think it's just her cooldown that's the issue. Where is she? So if you're trying to use the block debuffs buff in an unkillable speed tune to go like affinity friendly or to prevent the stun or whatever you're trying to do here, this is on a 4-turn cooldown. So she needs to be running on a 4-to-3 ratio. So if she's running faster or slower than that, you could potentially desync. So that's probably the issue. That's the only thing I could think of off the top of my head. So you might need a block debuffs buff on a 3-turn cooldown. Oh, right. You know what I got to remember? There's Hydras tonight. I got to run Hydra as well. Not Hydra, Chimera. I got to run Chimera on my main. All right, how are we doing here? Did we pick up anything? Dragon turn attack. All right. 586 points. I feel like I should go up and get something here. I mean, I want to be farming this anyway for the speed gear. I'm not going to use any of these. Those are all for the fusion. Let's look at the store. Clan store. Clan shop has energy for 5 more days. And today is what day? Today is Wednesday. I think the fusion won't launch until next Thursday. I think we have 8 days. So this energy is going to be gone. So I may as well use it. Let's use that. And then let's get in here and farm. No, Braun, it's going to have to launch during the Titan event. It has to. The Titan event's going to go until like next Sunday or something. So there's like 10 more days of the Titan event. So unless they're going to wait, I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to overlap Titan events and Fusion events for like 2 or 3 days, or 4 days at the beginning of the next Fusion event. And the one I expect is either going to be a Summon Rush or a Champion Chase, which will probably be like they could make it a Champion Chase tournament, and it could be for like one of the champions, or they could do like a Deck of Fate or a Hero's Path in conjunction with like the Champion Chase or Summon Rush, and then I don't think they'll be friendly and make it the same thing. They'll probably stagger those. They'll probably have like Champion Chase, and then as soon as the Champion Chase ends, they'll have a Deck of Fate, which is shard based. Like they'll do that, Yeah, I mean, we could have a fusion that doesn't start on Thursday. That's true. Can't beat Fire Knight. Yeah, that's probably about speed. Honestly, that's probably about speed. It could be about accuracy. As you get past stage 5, so stage 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, the speed increases a lot, and the resistance increases a lot. And if you want, what you can do is you can come to hellhades.com and just check out the they come up here, go to the raid stages tool, go to Fire Knight, so dungeons, Fire Knight's castle, hard mode. So let's see it. So it's stage 5. Right? The speed here is 125 and the resistance is 245. So you need 270 accuracy. Here at stage 5. Right? As soon as you go to stage 6, 150 speed, 260 resistance. But this is where it really starts to ramp up. 7. 175. So 25 additional speed. Right now we're already up to 275. So where you are, like if you don't have 300 accuracy on everybody, that could be a problem. And if you're not running very fast, that could be a problem. Realistically, you probably want, your fastest champion 300 speed with an aura. And that's got to be a turn meter filler or a speed boost champion or somebody to get the rest of the team going. Now, potentially you don't need that. Like if you just have an aura and you have, let's say you're running Lady Mikage, you can use her to stun waves if you want to transform her form, and then you have to transform her back. Be aware of that. It's like a little bit tricky. But realistically, you need like a Yakarl to freeze everybody, or you need somebody to stun everybody. You need somebody to lock down the waves, unless you're absolutely nuking like god tier level nukes, which I can't do that. No, my best team couldn't nuke out these waves. So, or if they could, they wouldn't have anything to, they could nuke out the waves, but they couldn't fight the boss. And then once you get to stage 10, you'll see how crazy the speeds are. 250 speed on the boss. You need 345 accuracy. I thought you needed 425. That's really interesting. You need 345, 350. Okay, so where do you need 425? That Hydra? I've been saying this for like 6 months that you needed 425 here, but you don't. Maybe I got confused with this number. But this is the resistance, so this is the accuracy we need to overcome it. Yeah. But the speed, you can see the boss is running 250. So you need everybody running faster than 250. Or, with a speed booster to get you over 250. Six-star ahead of Tagore or Wukong or Sabatha. What do you say, guys? I do have Mordecai in the mix at level 40. 425 is Iron Twins? Yeah, it could be. Sand Devils, that makes sense. That number is stuck in my head, 425 for some reason. Tagore is, he's a very good champion. I've thought about, 6-starring him as well. I don't know. It feels like he's going to drop off. It feels like he's not going to be there long term. I think he's an early game carry. He's going to be usable in the mid game and faction crypts and Doom Tower in a couple of places. Like, I think you'll still get value out of him for the full 90 days, but I don't think there's a rush to get him to 60 unless you feel like your team really revolves around him. I think Sabatha, like, it makes sense to 6-star either Sabatha or Tagore, right? To have a reviver at 60. It does make sense. I think potentially, once we get High Katoon, right, Tagore's increased speed is going to become much less valuable. His heal is decent, and his heal gets stronger at 60. And he's got the AoE revive, which is really nice. I don't know. He's definitely worth the 6-star. I'm trying to figure it out for myself still. Like, do I think that he should be, say I 6-star 8 champions. It's going to be something like that. It's going to be 8 champions. Is he worth one of my 8 6-stars? Now, if I had 15 6-stars, then he would definitely be worth it. But if I'm only going to have 8, is he going to be worth it? I'm like, Ugo's going to 60. Ugo's worth it. I know that. For Hydra, she's definitely worth it. Right? Alice and Athel, that's 3. Geomancer, that's 4. Sabatha or Tagore, that's 5. Morag, that's 6. Anchorite, that's 7. Wukong, that's 8. It's like, I already have all 8. I already own all 8. So, I literally don't have to pull a shard for the next 60 days. But, could be the next fusion. It's like, I'm probably not going to have 10 60s, So I'm like, yeah, maybe not Tagore, maybe not Sabatha. Maybe, it's like, did I make a mistake in 6-starring my Athel? Should I have just gone with Alice as the, the initial 6-star? I don't think so. I mean, I think the 2 of them will allow me to do really well in Sacred Order faction crypts. I should be able to push that further this week. Back on the main. I get so many flat attack amulets in Pinpoint. I get as many flat attack amulets as I get all of the other amulets combined. It's insane. I also get flat attack banners left and right. Just left and right. And trying to find an accuracy banner with speed is like impossible. All right, Dungeon Divers is done. I want that Chaos Dust. Do I want it bad enough to spend another 500 energy? Probably not. Now second place in the Queen's Fury team. Oh, I got another Soulstone. Queen's Fury tournament. Sorry, not team. If you were confused by that, I don't blame you. All right. How much energy you need for a level 60 Alice and 12-3 Brute? What do you mean? Like you're starting from 5-star and you want to get chickens to promote her and you're wondering how much energy it'll take? Or you have her at 6 stars and you're trying to level her up from level 1 to level 60? Not really sure what you're asking. That's true, Grip. There was the apprentice pass. That's true. Good night, Jack. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for hanging out. That's the other thing. I've already booked Tagore. He is basically fully booked. I think I was able to save like 2 or 3 books on his A1. All right, we're doing okay here. You know what? I probably do. I probably want to go check the arena quickly. I know I have at least one man defense, and then I want to reset it so I can. I want to try to get in there every 15 minutes. Morag, congrats. I'm close. I think I'm like 3 days away. Maybe more. Maybe I'm like 5 days away. So Bront, you 6-starred Tagore, huh? All right, here, let's do this. Let's see. First of all, the poll. Should I build a Kunoichi Ally Protection team? 64% of people are saying yes. I've actually started to lean away from it because I think that 50% turn meter fill is going to mess me up. But so let's do a new poll. We're doing boxes and boxes today. All right, there we go. That's not bad. It's got crit rate, 5-star with crit rate. I need that actually. That's kind of great. Yeah. New best piece on the account, HP percentage, speed, and defense percentage. That's awesome. That's maybe usable. That's nice. I'll use that. I kind of wish that was crit rate, but that's okay. I'll hold on to that for a second. HP, I'll hold on to that for a second. All right, let's jump into arena real quick. Do this fight. MTG Jedi in the house. We got a lot of content creators hanging out here tonight. Whole bunch of people up above me on the leaderboards. You hate all the revivers like Dagor that use their revive when there's no one's dead. Also, hi. Yeah. Hi, MTG. Good to see you, buddy. I like that. I like that you can get utility out of it, you know, not just from, let's actually check this out. Not just from the revive, but like you could also use it as a shield. I actually like that. Now, I understand why you wouldn't. But I think it's just, it adds flexibility, especially when you're manualing or like in arena or something. But yeah, it can be a headache, you know, if he tends to be using it when you don't want him to. All right. I think we worked this out. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Okay. Hey there, Scott. Good to see you, man. You have a Tagore with your on your main with the 5-star soul and he's not built or mastered. Should I build him? Only if you need him. I mean, on your main, you might not need him at all. Oh, hey, look at that. That's nice. I don't need to claim that just yet. Just the one, right? All right, now let's go check the gear here. So the question is, do we want to potentially rebuild Ugo? We would lose 56 accuracy, right? 57 accuracy. I mean, the only other person would be worth doing it to is Geo, but Geo doesn't need to be fast. Now, we could put Anchorite in really fast gear, but it feels like a waste. I could rebuild my Diabolist and put her in really fast gear, which does not feel like a waste. Or I could put Doom Screech in really fast gear. Actually, kind of. Or I could get Tagore out of this resilience that one bad resilience piece. So he's got defense there. So if I put HP here, it will massively improve his heal. 15% of this champion's max HP. Shield based on 20% of his HP. So if we do that, then we would want to potentially swap out one of the other pieces as well. I mean, we just put this on Geomancer. The other option, actually, now that I think of it, we could go. There was a nice resilience piece down here. There was that piece, this piece, and this piece. But this piece is 5-star. This has HP on it. So we could potentially do this. And then this. And that's going to result in not a lot of speed gain. In fact, we might lose a little bit of speed depending on how we roll here. But we're going to pick up a lot of HP. A lot of HP. Let's go ahead and check this out. I wouldn't mind one in each. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind 2 in speed, honestly, but one of each would be fine. Accuracy, of course. Of course. I'm wondering if I should just put it on Geomancer. If I should just put this piece on Geomancer. So this would get me another 9 speed. I've lost 40 defense. Picked up 5,000 HP. It's not bad, though. Let me check out Geomancer for a second. So let's say I got him out of the regen. Does he really need the speed? He doesn't. He just needs tankiness, really. Tankiness and accuracy. He's got 73 accuracy right now, which isn't high. So we could potentially we did that. What other piece would be good for? Let's say we just did that. And then maybe perception pieces? Do we have any perception pieces? We had this defensive. This is nice. That could go on him. That would actually be really good. All right. And then maybe this for now. We would end up with a much tankier Geomancer. He'd also be faster. He'd have more accuracy. We don't have accuracy on either of these as substats. Was there a... There's this piece that has, yeah. This is a much better piece. Kind of like this. I kind of like this. See how this rolls. Of course, it rolls into attack. See, this is the piece that's awful, right? So I like this. I like this. I think that's the way to go. I think that's what Geomancer regen for right now is like whatever. It's okay. Well, eventually, I think we'll swap him into that perception chess piece once I find some other pieces. Let me actually think about this for a second. So I was looking at this piece, and what was the other piece? There was another. It was this chess piece, which would negate the perception chess piece. This isn't awful. That's not awful either. Again, I moved my camera back, didn't I? I just realized that. You guys have been like wondering for the last 10 minutes. What? Move the camera. Move the camera. So I say we did that. And then the perception chess piece, even though it didn't roll on speed. And now we need a golem. And we realistically need a perception. Crit rate could go on him, but percentage, HP percentage with accuracy. Could do speed. He's actually basically the same speed. He gets more accuracy this way. He's lost a bunch of HP. I don't know that it's an even trade. We'll get some HP back here. That ain't cool. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. We'll need that accuracy eventually, though. All right, let's get back into the dungeon. Just see how this feels here on stage 16 with the new Tagore build. People are saying take Tagore to 6 stars. 25% of people say don't bother. So we've got half saying Tagore, a quarter saying Sabbatha or Tagore and Sabbatha, and then a quarter saying don't waste it on those champions. So basically 60% of you are saying Tagore. Yeah, I got stuck there roadblock too. I got stuck on Agreth, and I when I 6-starred Alice, I was able to get past it. Your brain loves this. Hey, Broken Not Dead's in the house too, man. Man, the leaderboards are chock full of viewers. Got all the CCs in the house. Let's get YST in here. Let's get Hell Hades in here. Come on. Somebody go spam. They're asleep right now. I'm sure they're asleep right now. I didn't know I could zoom that far out. Must be only while he's upright. Yeah, because when you're in the fight, you can't zoom out that far. I've never zoomed out that far in a dragon fight before. That was interesting. Yeah, if I could get a good relic, that would change things. That would help a little bit. I mean, Tagore's feeling tanky. The heals are definitely feeling better. I mean, we've increased his HP now by like 30 or 40%. And there's still more to go. So his shields are bigger, his heals are bigger, and it's I'm noticing the difference. Like, we are much more secure in this run than we were before. Okay, so before I started the stream, I was sitting on 1,714 points. 1,714. I think the only thing I've pushed is Dragon. I'm probably very close to the same. So let's see where I am. I was at 1,714. Now it's 1,750. I must have pushed something else. What else did I push? Maybe I got into a higher arena. I don't know. But hey, I'm top half. Let's check it out. I told you I'll get top half. Can't stop me now. Right there, number 27. Right, 28 is the break point. 28 is the break point. So 27 is the top half. 28 is the middle. 29. Fox mode, I passed you, buddy. Caught you. Yeah. Slowly moving up to the top half. Let's see about the distance to the top, though. The distance is now 1,200 points. That's actually less than it was a few days ago. So, Bront, I've actually closed a little bit of distance to you, buddy. But congrats on getting back to the top of the leaderboards. I know Neva was ahead of you for a day or two. Broken Not Dead, you're at number 5 now. It's looking nice. You were at the top for a while. That top 5 is swapping, but there's only like a few of you who are really up there. Nub is impressing me this year. I got to say, at number 8, he is taking this seriously. He did not. I don't know if he bowed out last year or what happened. I don't think he finished particularly high last year. I don't think he was really low, but if I remember correctly, he was like maybe just above middle of the pack. So he's definitely he's crushing it. YST and Hell Hades going neck and neck there. I know Hades is all about it right now. You watch all of his videos. All of his videos are about the challenge, and he's just super excited about it, which is great. He should be. I think it's a really fun event. But this is, even 90 days is not a sprint, right? Even 90 days is it's not a marathon. It's like a half marathon. it's like a 10K or something. I don't know. It's it's more than a sprint. So we'll see how people feel about this
a month from now. There may be people who are just worn down by it. That certainly happened to me last year. As I got close to the end, I was getting really worn down by it. I know people bowed out earlier than I did. I mean, I stayed there all the way to the end. But when last year's challenge ended, I was like, thank God. I was so happy. I was so happy when that challenge ended. You know, even though Crop Show outdueled me at the last. I was able to hold off Big Papa Drock, but I couldn't quite make the leap and pass Crop Show last year. And, you know, after the whole thing, he told me, oh, so yeah, I've been a long-time viewer of your channel. I'm like, yeah! It's like, I gave you the weapons that you used to destroy me. Kind of made me proud, but also made me angry. You know, I was like, ah! Is it his first challenge? I thought Nubs was in it last year. He wasn't? Oh, then sorry, Nubs, I apologize. I was mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, there is an affinity issue this year, Broken. Absolutely. Decrease attack you need. Definitely need decrease attack somewhere. I was going to hope those were speed boots, but no. It's maybe usable. All right, it's slowing down for some reason. We did 237. Now I've rebuilt to Gore and we're slowing down. Maybe because he's going more frequently and so they're just more animations. I should try pushing the Queen of Hearts, because I'd been getting crushed by stage 12 or whatever it was. Hey, Ethan. Good to see you, man. That'd be nice, Kim, if we got more books out of this. I don't think that's likely to happen, but Drock, I believe, is not participating this year. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think he's not. I did a collab with him like a month before the free-to-play, and I asked him if he was going to do it again, and he was like, no, not gonna do it again. So I didn't actually check the list, but I don't think I saw his name on the list either, so I could be wrong. I was wrong about Nubs last year. So I'm like, I should fact check a little bit better, shouldn't I? But yeah, he did directly tell me to my face that he wasn't doing it, so I just assumed he didn't sign up. He's having surgery on Friday. Oh boy. I know that in general, for a lot of the content creators, especially the bigger guys, that this is a huge undertaking to take on this amount of time. Because if you're smaller like I was last year, like when I think last year I started the year I was around, I want to say like 3,500 subs, something like that. I think I had passed the 3,000 mark, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I was around 3,000 subs. Might have been a little bit smaller. It was like a way for me to make a name. You know, it's like, okay, I'm taking this on. I can do content on it. It's in my wheelhouse. It's going to get my name out there, you know, and seeing my name up on the leaderboards towards the top was like, that was cool because, you know, it meant that people were seeing that, you know, I was a legit player here. I wasn't just some guy with the channel because I had a camera, like that I knew something about the game. But that's not true for guys like Nub or Drock probably. I think Drock had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder last year because he was like, yeah, I want to show that, you know, Krakens know how to play this game too. That like, even if you spend money, there's still skill in that end of the game. So I think that was his motivation. But I think for guys like HH and Nub and some of these other guys who have, 50,000 to 250,000 subs. It's not a chance for them. That's such a good piece. It's annoying. It's not a huge chance for them to build their channel. They're not growing their channel. They're not going to get a ton of extra views. And it's just a lot of extra time because, potentially not only are you doing content and running your main account, you might have, like, I know one of the, I'm pretty sure one of the reasons that, that Boozer didn't join is because he has 2 end game free to play accounts. So the idea of taking on a third account when he works a full-time job and has a family, he literally just moved into a new house, like all of that, it's just like, no, I can't spend another 20 hours a week playing this game. And I think last year I probably averaged, like, the game was running 60 hours a week. Like, that account was running in the background 60 hours a week. I was probably actively playing it at least 30 hours a week. The idea of doing that is just, and I was saying about Boozer, I was like, there isn't a lot of upside for a guy like Boozer. Because one, he's not going to grow his channel, right? Like, this is not the kind of thing that's really going to have a major impact on his channel. 2, he's already a free-to-play content creator, right? So the expectation is that Boozer would crush it. That's the expectation, that Boozer would crush it. So if he doesn't finish in the top 10, like if he finished in 12th place, which would be a really respectable showing out of 55 excellent content creators, but people would be like, come on, Boozer didn't do that well. He's not as good as everybody says he is. Well, yeah, he's playing 3 accounts, plus he's got a full-time job and a family. It's like, And he, I said that to him. And he's like, yeah, that's not why I'm not doing it. But you're right. There is that, he's just like, I just don't have the time. He also, I think he said this in the video is, he doesn't feel like it's the true free to play experience. So it's like kind of cool on its own thing, but it doesn't necessarily show like free to play life, because free to play life doesn't end in 90 days. You do stuff here that you would not do on a free to play account. And I respect that. I still think it's valuable. To see. And I think one of the things last year that was great about it was seeing what people could do in 90 days. Even what I did in 90 days, I did not think I was going to be able to do what I did. So it was cool to do that. Oh, man. Out of liquids. Oh, you have a different account, Scott? Okay. Oh, man. Let's go. First of all, go back to Arena. Got to remember to do this. Got to take that guy down. No, Bron, I think, it's several things. RNG plays a role, but more importantly than RNG are the number of hours you put into the game, and then your understanding of how to get the most out of the least, right? How to be efficient. And I do think that's skill. I think that's free to play skill. And so if you're in first place, it may be that some luck is involved, but it's also that you're playing harder and being smarter than other competitors. Like, I don't doubt that the reason I'm right now exactly in the middle of the pack is due to the amount of time I've put into this game. Like, this is the most I've played this account in a week. Today it'll probably be like 4 almost 5 hours. Probably about 5 hours. One of the things that I've noticed is because I'm playing more slowly, I care less about the energy, and so I'm not as efficient as I would be if I were pushing really hard, which is weird. I thought it would be the opposite. But okay, let's see if we can do this stage.
That's pretty good. Tagore dies, it might be over. No, it looks like we're gonna get the boss. That's cool. I'm sorry, hang on. My main account, I'm live on Twitch now. Sorry, what account are you trying to ask me? There's a guy in your clan who absolutely hates Boozer because he gets CC rewards. Your clanmate should chill out. It's like, chill out. There's no reason to hate Boozer regardless. Like, there's no reason to hate, first of all, there's no reason to hate content creators unless they're actively, like, hurting you somehow. But everything that Boozer, all of his content is good. And all of his content helps free-to-play players. Like, I'm glad he gets the content creator rewards. Like, that's awesome. Like, as a free-to-play player, to me, that just means he's god tier free-to-play. Like, he's so smart. He's figured out a way to get Plarium to give him more resources for free than anybody else. Like, awesome. I'm still mad about the fact that I'm not in the content creator program for the same reason. Like, I'm not actually mad about it, but that's it kind of bothers me. Like, there's videos I wanted to make this week that I don't have the resources to make, and so that irks me. But yeah, like, good for Boozer. Good for Boozer. And by the way, he always disclosed it. He always, like, go to his YouTube page, and there's an about section, and if you click on the about section, it says official raid content creator. Like, some people are just, I don't know what to say about that. It bothers me that people throw hate at content creators for stupid reasons like that. Yeah, Jesse, exactly. Yeah, Roadblock. So, you know, when it comes down to luck in that regard, I did not have luck last year. For basically the entire competition, my shard pulls were vastly under par. I got one piece of luck. Actually, no, I got two pieces of luck. About, I don't know, it was like 40 days in or something. There was it was 6 weeks. Because I think last year we started on a 2 times ancient shard event. And then we waited 6 more weeks for an ancient shard event. On that second ancient shard, 2 times ancient shard event, I pulled a Deacon Armstrong. I had started with Mordecai. So it took me 6 weeks out of the 12 weeks of the contest to get Deacon Armstrong. That was my first piece of luck. My second piece of luck is that I got a Nair Gigante Archer. I was able to win. I think it was either champion. I think it was champion training. I was able to win the champion training and get a Nair Gigante Archer, which was difficult to do. It took all of my resources for the most part. But I was extremely lucky in that I had the opportunity, because most people didn't have the opportunity. Now, some of that appears like luck is not that much luck, because I was kind of slow rolling. So I was in a lower bracket because I wasn't using up my resources as much. So I was in a lower tournament bracket than most of the other content creators who were pushing and had higher level accounts. So, you know, at that point, my account was like level 53 or something, and everybody else was at like level 63. And I did that for the fusion too, because I knew that being a lower level would give me lower point thresholds on my fusion tournament. So I deliberately wasn't pushing my account level. So there was some intention in that luck, but still, those were the only 2 pieces of luck I had for that entire contest, and I came in second out of everybody. I came in 7th in the community. You know, so luck
can help. Getting Nergigante Archer definitely helped. Getting Deacon definitely helped. But the question isn't whether or not you have luck over 90 days. It's what did you do to get that luck? I only pulled during 2x events. So I got more epics for my shards. So I got a Deacon. How lucky was it that I got a Deacon? Well, it's lucky, but it's less lucky than if I were just YOLOing shards. If you're just YOLOing shards every time you get them and you pull crazy champ after crazy champ after crazy champ, that luck is going to carry you. And when you have a contest with 55 content creators, if 40 of them are YOLOing their shards, 4 of them are going to hit. And 36 of them are going to be like, my shard luck is bad. No, it's not. You're YOLOing. That's bad. Right? Like YOLOing is bad. You know, I only pulled during the 2 times. I saved all my shards for 2 times, right? And I didn't really get that much. I did get that much out of the 2 times, but I got Geo. I needed one good epic, and it happened to be Geo. Last year it was Deacon. This year it was Geo. This year was faster than last year because this year it was like 3 weeks in or whatever, 2.5 weeks in when the ancient shards came up, as opposed to last year where it was 6 weeks in. Geo's massive for my account. How much of it was luck? I saved 36 shards for the first 2 times event. I didn't YOLO a single shard. You know, so it's like, as a free-to-play player, you know, you're playing with the law of large numbers. That's what you're doing. If I only pull during 2 times events for a year, right, I'm going to end up with a better account than if I YOLO for a year. Even if I get lucky when I YOLO, you might pull 200 shards and hit 3 legendaries, you know, all on 1 times events. You're like, yeah, I got 3 legendaries out of 100 shards. That's super lucky, you know. But for the whole population, if we pull 100 shards on 2 times events, we're going to average a legendary. That's way better for the average. But there's always going to be an outlier, you know, and you can't do anything about that. No, I'm not like calling you out, Roadblock. I'm just saying that this is a sentiment that we hear. Right? Like, you should be proud of yourself for being top 10 and not hitting anything big. That's great. That's awesome. That's what free to play is about, right? It's like you didn't get anything major and yet you're performing. That's exactly right. You should be like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm a badass free to player. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this cat's gaze, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get these 1,200 points. I'm going to get those. And then I'm going to try to get... All right, so we got to go back there. Got to go back to this dungeon. Not going to lie. I kind of do feel that way. Yeah. Good for you. When I looked at this and I was still thinking about myself, like, or thinking to myself, I want to compete in this. Like, I really want to compete in this year's challenge. My first strategy was I don't want to pull any shards. I can take 6 champions from the beginning of the game and build a crazy good team out of that. You get High Katoon at 30 days. You got Tagore and Ugo. You got Alice in your starter champion. Right? Like, those 5 champions alone are going to be most of what you need. And then you've got whoever your promo code is. I didn't know it was going to be Wukong, but it's like those 6 champions. Right? Starter, High Katoon, Ugo, Tagore, Alice, promo code. Those 6 champions are enough to do 90% of what you're going to need to do in this year's challenge. Now, if you took Taragi the Frog, awesome, right? You're focused on clan boss. If you took, Allure, great. You're focused on Fire Knight and Dark Fae. Sweet. If you took Wukong, great. You're focused on Hydra and arena. Awesome. You literally don't need another. You didn't have to pull a single shard. Now, the reason you pull shards is because it makes sense during a 2x event, or you save it up for fusions. But you also need those 3-star chickens. You need to get into faction crypts a little bit. Like, it's helpful to have those champions. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But, like, I was looking at it like, I'm just going to focus on these 6 champions. I'm literally not going to worry about any other champions except fusion. So I'll get 2 fusion Legos. I'll have these 6 champions. Those will be the 8 champions I'll play this tournament, this entire challenge. Yeah, that'll be cool, Foxbone. Yeah. It could happen to you too. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the voice you got to ignore. Sigmund is a great option, yeah. There's no curse. There's just RNG. RNG, like, I've played my main account like 3 years and 7 months or 8 months at this point. I don't know, something like that. And I remember like a year ago, I did a video on where does my roster fall according to my shard pulls. Like, you know, how many legendaries do I have? How many 6-stars do I have? Like, what should I have? And I remember at that point just being slightly behind on void legendaries. I had like 6 and I should have had 8 or something like that. And then starting in like September or October, I pulled double voids in 3 consecutive void shard events. So I got 2 void legendaries in 3 times in 12 weeks. So event 1, 6 weeks later, event 2, 6 weeks later, event 3, 2, 2, 2. And all of a sudden I'm ahead of the curve. Now it took me 3.5 years to get ahead of the curve, but now I'm ahead of the curve by like 2 or 3 champions. You know, now what's likely to happen is I'm going to have a slight drought for the next 6 months. And 6 months from now, I'm going to land exactly where I should be. So it's not that it's a curse. It's that you started off in an ebb, you know, on the trough, and now you're going to rise a little bit, and then you're going to go down again. Then you're going to go up, and then you're going to go down. And so you get hot, you get cold, you get hot, you get cold. You don't just ride the line perfectly. Nobody hits the average every day, every, you know, event. And so that's where I am with this. You know, I'm like, if I save for 2 times events and I do that all year long, at the end of the year, I'm going to be in better shape. Is it a guarantee? No, because you can have bad luck for a year. It's possible in this game to have bad luck for a year. I did on my void shards on my main. Right? I hit my very first void legendary 4 months into my account. And I did not hit another one for over a year. It took me like 14 months to hit the next one, and I had to pull like 220 void shards. And then my third void legendary didn't happen for like another year almost. Like I guess like, no, it was like 8 months or something. And it took me I got into Mercy again. I pulled over 200 shards. And so I had 3 successful void legendary shard pulls in something like 600 shards, and I only pulled during 2 times event. I had half the return that I should have had. And then from that point on, I started hitting at the average. I was getting one about every 100 shards. And then a few months ago, I just blew it out of the water. You know, so it's like, now I'm ahead of the curve. But for the first, after that 4-month mark, now granted, my first void legendary was Cardiel, so it was like, ooh, you know, like god tier. But then to not hit another one for 220, you know, void shards as a free-to-play player, it took me over a year to collect 220 void shards, you know. That hurt. And I had to wait through that. But it's not that the account's cursed. It's just that's where the roller coaster was. I was in a downward trend. I didn't know it, you know, and now I'm where I am. Yeah, it sucks, Roadblock. 201 voids into Mercy right now. Should you pull during it 15 times on Narcies or wait until the weekend for... I don't know. If you're in Mercy and you want to go for a particular champion, that's the time to do it. That's the only time as a free-to-play player you get any kind of limited control on what you're going after. It could still take 30 void shards for you to hit, or whatever it is. Because I think, what's the maximum? No, maybe it's only 20. Maybe it's 220, whatever it is. 221. But it might take the maximum, but you're close. So if it's just 20 void shards, you're going to hit, right? But the thing about a progressive is it's really just a 15 times. Because as soon as you hit on that first one, now it's just a 1 times chance on the second one. So is a 15 times chance decent? Yeah, it's not bad. Right? I think it gives you something like a 1 in 7 chance that you'll get your chosen void legendary. But this is the time to do it. When you're in Mercy, this is the time to do it if you're going to do it. And Narcissus is, yeah, he's probably worth it, especially if you have Ancora. Some Doom Towers have significantly harder waves. Yeah, there are hard waves in every Doom Tower, but they're different at different locations. It's not necessarily that the floor is harder. It may just be that it's harder for the team that you're using. Like, let's say you're using a team, I don't know. Let's say that you were using a team that was just nuking out waves, but then you came up against like a tankier group that maybe had more revivers or something, and then you couldn't nuke them out. It could be something like that. So it's not, one rotation isn't harder than another in general. It's just that it may not suit your particular roster. Yeah, I mean, if you pull voids during progressives, let's say you're free to play. First of all, as a free to player, you're not getting a ton of void shards. I am maxed out on the number of void shards I get, basically. And I think on average, I get between 5.5 and 6.5 a week. I think it's about a 6 average. It's a little bit over 6. Because I think I end up with, on a 6-week rotation, when it was back on a 6-week rotation, I'd typically end up with somewhere between like 36 and 40, maybe 41 void shards. And that's about as good as you can do. You can't get more than 40 void shards on average every 6 weeks. There may be 1 or 2 out there from like tournaments or something that I don't chase down. So maybe you could get even, let's call it 45. Let's say I'm not as efficient as I think I am, and you could get 45 every 6 weeks. So to hit Mercy is going to take, like, to guarantee your Mercy, it's going to take 5 events. They happen every 6 weeks. That's 30 weeks. If you're doing, if you're hitting Mercy. So if you're doing progressives, you're doing 1 times event, it's going to take you 30 weeks on average to pull a void legendary if you're maxed out on void legendary. 30 weeks. That's 7 months almost, right? 7 months. If you pull during 1 times, if you pull during 2 times, you double that, right? You double like the return. So now you're talking about doing it in an average of 100 shards, as opposed to 200 shards. So now you're talking about doing, instead of 7 months, every 3.5 months on average. You don't get to control which ones you get as much, but the control that you get from a progressive event is pretty illusory anyway. Like, it's not that much control. So, on average, you have to do 7 progressive events. You have to hit during 7 progressive events to hit a progressive champion. That's not worth the trade. It's just not worth the trade. You should only be pulling during 2 times events or when you're in Mercy. That's it. And by the way, even like in my first year, I was probably getting
half of that number of shards. You know, it ramped up over the year, but you know, for the first 6 months, I probably only got 30 shards, 30 void shards, maybe 40 void shards. And then it started to speed up. But yeah, so have a good one, Doctor Who. Good night, Broken. Hey, Alan, Stefan, Duroc. Good morning. That's great. I'm glad to see some late game and end game players hanging out in the community. We each have things. We each have our areas of expertise, and sometimes, it can be useful to see the game from a fresh set of eyes, from a fresh perspective. So, I appreciate you being here. My most wanted mythical to pull is probably probably Crixia. Crixia was for a long time. Is she still? Because there's nice, who's nice. There's Commodus, who's insane. There's Lazarius, who is phenomenal. There's Sigmund. Sigmund might be my most. It's probably either Sigmund or Crixia. Yeah. I like some of the new ones a lot. I mean, they're really good, but honestly, I don't care about mythicals that much. Like, I've pulled one mythical from a shard. It was a duplicate of a mythical I pulled from a remnant summon. And I'm a free to play player. It's like, if I get one a year, that's probably a good. Oh, that reminds me. I got to do my Chimera key. I have to do it on my phone because I was going to try to show it on stream, but I have to go to bed soon. Scott, did I catch your question? I don't know. I don't see a question from you, Scott. Yeah, Tashiro's cool. To be fair, there are a lot of cool mythicals. Let's go do some Chimera. Did I do brutal or hard mode earlier this week? I did not do brutal. Did I do hard mode? I did not do hard mode. Did I do normal? I did not do normal. Did I do easy? I did not do easy. I didn't do nightmare, did I? Have I not? I'm looking at the keys and I'm like, I thought I used a key, but I did not use a key. So, brutal it is. I can't tell you how little I care about Chimera. I just don't care. I don't care at all. I just don't. It hasn't grabbed me. I thought it was going to, and it hasn't. And I don't like the way they set it up. If they made it a daily clan boss, maybe, I don't know. The one thing that really bothers me, both about Hydra and Chimera, is that they give you a daily mission to use a key, a daily advance quest to use a key. Why is that not a weekly quest? It's a weekly timer. Why are you forcing me to use a key to get my advanced quest energy and to get, like my reward track done?
when I don't have time every day. Like, I can't plan on it because I don't know when that mission's going to come. Like, this is a fight that if I want a manual could take me an hour. So what you're forcing me to do is just to get a crap key, just auto run something and get, whatever I get and accept it because I literally can't. It bothers me so much. It's such an unfriendly way to do that. Does it reduce the effectiveness? Anything that lowers your max HP would reduce the damage of anything that does max HP damage. Yeah. Because the total is literally lower. I mean, you could check the math on it. Just look. Like, check a poison tick, and then after 5% of the bar is destroyed, check the poison tick. Is it the same number? Because the poison tick should be the same number every single time. It doesn't change. There's no variability to it the way there is to like a direct damage attack. The direct damage attack has some, I think it's 10% in either direction. So it can, there's RNG involved. But a poison tick is always exactly the same. An HP burn tick is always exactly the same. So if it's changed at all, right, then because the max HP has changed, then you know. You can drop your channel name to help send more traffic to your channel. You've helped me so much, as well as all of the other. Yeah, you can always mention the channel. I don't have a problem with that. I generally say, like, in my Discord, we don't do self-promotions. Like, it's the Discord is, but I'm not like if you say you have a channel, that's fine. Like, I don't, but I don't want people like posting links to their videos in my Discord. Like, make your own Discord to do that, But otherwise, I mention content creators on my videos all the time. People that I watch or people that are part of the community that I enjoy, and I'm trying to help out a little bit, So yeah, it does not bother me if you mention my channel or my community. I like that idea, Adam Murray. Reroll one advanced quest. That's nice. That's something you can do in King Arthur Legends Rise. There are clan quests, and you can re-roll the clan quests each 3 times. So you get 3 of them, and each one you can re-roll three times. It does cost gold, which I don't know why it does, because it's a tiny amount of gold. Like, it's an inconsequential amount of gold. But it does actually take gold, which is kind of funny. But okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Throwing me good days pieces. That's a nice piece. There's the speed boot. All right, not too much usable. Probably that's the best piece. How are we doing on our dungeon divers? Gotta get back to arena. Refresh that because that was a bad page. I appreciate it, Scott. No harm in asking. Is Hydra completely out of reach without a Hex champ or a Hex set? No, it's harder. And you can get one of those relatively soon. If you focus on it, you can get yourself either a Hex champion if you get a little bit lucky with RNG, or just a Hex set, a curse set. Curse set's farmable, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get it, with just some focus. But I would say, early on, the probably the most important ability to have, like Hydra ability to have, is a provoke. You want to provoke because the Head of Decay cleanses the debuffs, and that's just so hugely
influential. It's like if you have those, oh come on, we're gonna die to this guy. Freaking hell. Kill him. That was so close. That was literally, I had to kill him on that hit. that was not so great. Hey, look at that. We got 1,000 points. I have so many. I have absolutely so many of these. I should, in fact, book some rare champions. All right, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to book Doom Screech. Let's max him out. Give me 5,500 points there for let's see where we stand in Clan v Clan. How close are we? Ah, man, they pulled away. They pulled away. We got within 2,000 points. Somebody went off on their team. Somebody spent money or something. These top guys went off. That's unfortunate. All right, so Doom Screech is now. What I'm thinking is, Petrifia, I'm not going to use her because I have Geomancer. So really the only other rare, well, I guess I could think about Hellborn. I'm thinking the only other rare that I would probably invest in at this point is Diabolist. And you can farm her books, right? You can just farm copies of her. You don't need to actually put books in. All right, so let me look. I still want to compete in this dragon tournament. I need this dragon tournament. So if I can go up and get that, I don't know. Probably not. Probably just going to go for the points. The dungeon divers is the thing, though. I kind of want the dungeon divers. And then I need to have enough energy to go get the spirit potion, maybe. Gnarlhorn for faction wars, yeah. Gnarlhorn you can also use for Phantom Shogun. I think it's Gnarlhorn, right? Gnarlhorn. My mouth is dry and I'm out of refreshments. I kind of want to leave, but I don't want to come back. If I leave, I'm not coming back. Yeah, Valerie you can get copies of. Gold in King Arthur in terms of arena, are you talking about? Oh, no, you're just saying the resource. I'm not having any trouble with gold anymore. Once you get Gorgos to stage 10, I just farm him like, I'll do a triple battle 3 times. So I'll spend about 100 energy, and that's all the gold I need. If I need more, I just farm more. Do arena, buy your arena stamina, use it all on Gorgos. I mean, I wasn't sure I would like it, right? Because here in this game and in other games, usually you have to find your money in a lot of different ways. So here it's like, oh, I've got to do, I got to sell my accessories and my gear to get money, on top of the money that you get as a reward, or, you farm campaign to get money, or do you get into Spider to get money? You forge in the forge and then you sell it, and you get money that way. But I actually like the way King Arthur Legends Rise has done it. There's one location where you can get significant amount of gold, and that's it. You can do achievements, which will temporarily give you gold because they actually give you nice chunks of gold through your achievements. And that helps you in the early game. But eventually, it's like, well, there's a gold dungeon. You need to max it out, and you need to invest in it every day. Okay. That's what I've been doing. I have been spending like 1.5 million to 2 million gold a day in the market. I just buy anything good in the market. I look for legendary tomes, buy those. I buy all of the little resources that you need for like leveling up or promoting or awakening your heroes. I buy all of that in the market. I'm just like, yeah, buy it. And then I just go farm gold with my energy. So rather than using my energy to farm the resources, I use my energy to farm the gold, and I buy the resources with the gold. Works great. I think I got a few more points. I picked up a few points, right? I think I picked up a couple points. Was it the event dungeon I picked up? Let's see where I am. Still 27th place. 1750. It didn't update. Let me see. Bye. Malice is still 7,000 behind. Yeah, it hasn't updated yet for some reason. It is such a pain. It is a pain. Loco, absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense, Bron. You gotta game what you like. It's like I do think there is a thing with gacha games or any of these mobile games really where it's like if you've invested already, you find more value in further investment, right? It's a little bit of sunk cost fallacy, but it's like it's more than that. It's just this emotional attachment to the thing that you already know and you like. So it's like my feeling is that King Arthur Legends Rise has a better overall design for the player experience in their game. But one, we're attached to Raid, and two, Raid is a 6-year-old game that has 6 years of development behind it, whereas King Arthur Legends Rise is a relatively new game that's got 2 years of development behind it or whatever. So, and if if you're talking about it that way, then Raid's got 8 years of development behind it. So it's a much deeper game because it's been around longer. But my guess is that King Arthur Legends Rise will be the better player experience for the life of its, life cycle, I guess, for the span of its life cycle. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's their philosophy towards their player base is so clearly more cooperative and less antagonistic than Plarium's. I think Plarium's going to change, turn a corner this year. I really do think they're going to turn a corner this year. I think once MTG takes full control, I think things are going to change quickly. You like the fact that they call it silver? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how important Geo is to this run, actually. That's a very nice piece. That's a very nice. I'm finally starting to get some luck. I should live stream every night when I'm running these dungeons. That was a really nice piece. I think it's another freaking shield though, isn't it? If this were accuracy there, that would be beautiful. But this could potentially go on one of my damage dealers if I hit crit rate at least once, please. Crit damage I like. Give me crit rate. Give me crit rate. Wow. It's fast, though. 15 speed. I still have a roll to go. I'm going to just roll. Oh, and I missed the crit rate. I don't know who it's going to go on. Athel or Wukong or Alice. Those are the three options. Might end up going on Alice. As soon as I can open her amulet, if I can get a pinpoint amulet, that'll keep the two pieces or 3 pieces of, depending. Probably go with 2 pieces of pinpoint. I guess I could work her into 4 pieces of pinpoint, get her an intercept stack just for arena. That wouldn't be bad. Maybe I'll put it on Athel instead. We'll have to see. Double speed is not bad, but missing the crit rate hurts. That might be my fastest piece. That might be my fastest piece at this point. All right, let's go back to dungeon. I'm enjoying stage 16. Farming stage 16 has been much better than farming stage 11. So much better. Even, you get 4-piece drops even at this point. 4-star drops. Not 4-piece drops. 4-star drops can be good still. Yeah, it's not so much a loss of the accuracy, because I feel like I can get that back when I get to the banner. It's just making sure that we're still at 100% crit rate. Bront, she's in bad lifesteal gear. I mean, the question becomes, what do I want to use her for? So there is a world in which I could say, okay, let's ditch the lifesteal entirely. What I would prefer to do is get her into Bloodthirst, and get her a little bit more damagey and have her kind of as a solo option, damage dealer kind of thing. I mean, realistically, her value is in her triple hit A1 and her weaken. So I don't actually need her to hit that hard. Right? Alice is now my campaign farmer. I'm curious about what's going to happen in Fire Knight. I'm assuming that I'm going to use the Geo Reflect. So, this might actually be my Fire Knight team. Yeah, I need more accuracy on Geo. That's true. You're right. When I get the 5-star blessing, I'll get 75 accuracy for Alice from that. I think, for the early game and early mid game, I really only need 225 accuracy on Alice. I can't see needing much more than that. Maybe in Doom Tower, to complete Doom Tower normal, you need a little bit more than that, maybe 250. And she's already got 230 or something right now. So once I get that 5-star and I get a banner, it's going to be easy to get her, to 300. 17 million in easy clan boss. That's a lot. We were just talking about the best blessing before, and it's either going to be Crushing Rend or Soul Reap, right? Like it's probably one of those two. I'm not sure about Crushing Rend at 5-star versus 6-star. That's a nice piece. That's actually going to be helpful. So let's just look at that for a second, because it's been a while since I looked at that. If you look at, all right, there it is, Crushing Rend. So at 5 stars, it ignores the first 2 hits of each round will ignore percentage 1% defense for every 25 levels. Now this is where you get every hit, and it ignores 1 for every 10 levels. So this is really only ignoring 2% defense in arena, whereas this is ignoring 6% defense in arena. And this is for every hit. This is just the first 2 hits. So in PvE, like in Doom Tower, this 5-star Crushing Rend could be really nice. Now, a 5-star Soul Reap, I think, is 14%, right? Yeah, it's 14%. So this is probably going to be better at 5 stars. They're both good, though. They're both good. But Alice at 6 stars and Geomancer now fully at 50. Like, it feels good. Feels like I made a lot of progress just with one more 60. The speed of campaign farming is so much better now. I wonder if we're going to be able to farm Minotaur faster, too. Because my Minotaur clear on stage 15 is like 2.5 minutes or something. Good night, Bron. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of content creators in here today. Let's see, who did we have? We had Fox Mode, we had Bront, we had Roadblock, we had MTG, we had Broken Not Dead, we had Scott's here, so we got Scott. Who else we got? We had somebody else. There was somebody else earlier. I don't remember. MTG Jedi, I said, right? Yeah, I thought I said, I don't know, it's late. I should be asleep. I should have been asleep an hour ago. I was only going to live stream for like 2 hours. And then y'all showed up, and I'm like, all right, let's keep going. And then I pulled 500 energy, and now I'm like, okay, now I have to keep going. I did finally get some decent drops today. It felt good. It felt really good to get some of those speed pieces. Now I need to farm. I need to farm the event dungeon, and get some accessories. And I really need to farm. I need to do better in the potion keeps. I don't know what I need to do there, but I need to get to stage 20 and farm the potion keeps and get all of these people like fully awakened or ascended or ascensions, right? Yeah, it's ascension. It's annoying that games use the same words for the same things, and sometimes they interchange them. So in King Arthur Legends Rise, you can also awaken and ascend thing. I think it's awaken. I think almost everything's awaken. Now I think, what is ascend? I don't know what ascend. Oh, here's MTG Jedi. What were we talking about? Yeah, Alice. We were just talking about that. Alice is my campaign farmer. Stage 20 doesn't look possible with what I've got. Yeah, I don't think stage 20 will be a problem. It's just a matter of 6 stars. If I had this team all at 60, I could do stage 20. But, you know, with a little bit better gear. But honestly, I don't think I will. I don't think that's how I'll do it. I'll probably, at that point, have Sabbatha. And I'll probably use Sabbatha for the increased attack and increased defense. That was pretty bad. And then the question is, like, do I use both Athel and Alice? You know, or do I use Wukong? You know, do I bring in Wukong? Do I bring in Morag, Bronze Lock? Probably bring in Morag. I think I'm going the tanky route. I love going the tanky route. I think it's fun, you know, and I think Athel's going to be relegated to very little. I think this is kind of why I feel like I shouldn't have 6-starred her. I think she's going to end up as a faction grip champion, and that's it. I think Alice is going to be my primary damage dealer, like direct damage, my wave clear, right? She's also going to be kind of a little bit of crowd control. And I think I'm going to go with, you know, just tanks everywhere else. It's going to be like Morag and Sabbatha and Geomancer and Ugo or something, you know, like it's going to be something like that. It's not going to be fast. It's just going to be sturdy and steady, you know, or maybe I'll use Tagore instead of Ugo. I'd like to have a decreased attack somewhere, though. That would be nice. I'm really curious about the fusion that's coming up. It's going to be tricky to pull off. But I think I can do it. I don't want to miss. That would be the worst. Using up the resources and then missing the fusion. And if it's a classic fusion and there's a good epic, I don't expect to have back-to-back classic fusions, but if there's a classic fusion with a good epic, I guess it wasn't back-to-back technically because we just had Mad Hatter, right? No, Mad Hatter was the classic fusion, right? He was a hybrid, not a classic fusion. But if we have a hybrid or a classic fusion that has a good epic, I think that's going to play in this challenge. For a lot of people who can't maybe get the resources to get the legendary, getting one epic is not difficult. Rearguard Sergeant, nice. Yeah, Pinpoint. I mean, Pinpoint is great for champions like, you know, you could go champions like Alice and Wukong and damagey champions like that. But you could also go Pinpoint for debuffers like Ugo. You know, you want him fast, you want him going ahead of everybody, you want him accurate. It's also nice if you have a cleanser, right? Because you get the intercept stack. So if you have a cleanser like Ugo, everybody can take the hit, you know, take the stun or whatever, and she can cleanse them. So Pinpoint's a really versatile set. And even if you don't use a lot of pieces of Pinpoint, just having Pinpoint accessories gives you access to more speed, you know, and that's valuable. That's a nice little piece, 4-star piece. That's kind of crap. Whatever, I'll sell that. I want the silver. Let's go check. How are we doing on Dungeon Divers? Still pretty far away. What do we need? 750 Dungeon Divers points if I want these teacup points here. And how much? I got 3 hours, and I don't have the energy for this. I don't have the emotional energy for this. This is a slow roll. I'm not worried about these points. That's fine. That's fine. I just can't keep going. But the Dragon Turn attack, I do want these 40 points. So I got to make sure to go get those. Okay. So we only need like maybe two more runs. Oh, my Chimera just finished 51 million, 51.5 million. That's better than I've been getting. I've been getting like 44 or something. I'll take that on brutal, right? What's the brutal max chest? 36 million. Okay. Let's go do hard. The event dungeon, I think we just pushed a couple of stages, so it's like 13 now or something, 13 or 14. I was farming stage 10. So maybe it's only like 12. Maybe I pushed to 12 or something. I forget. We got a few more stages. I can go check after this. I got to hit arena too before I go to sleep. It's 1 a.m. I'm going to have to get up in 2 hours with the baby. Oh, and then he'll go to sleep, and then I have to get up 3 hours after I put him to sleep. 3.5 hours. Usually takes him an hour to go down in the middle of the night. Like he's just kind of up, and he's like, he just stares at me, and he does this. He's just like, eh. I'm like, what do you want? Like I feed you, or his mom feeds him, and then he's just awake, staring into the darkness for an hour, and then finally he just starts doing this. He starts closing his eyes. And then he gets angry about it, and then he's like, I'm like, you are the most adorable thing. He looks like just an angry old man who's fallen asleep in a lounge chair, like it is Barca lounger. He's just like, just close your eyes, just go to sleep. You're a baby. You need to sleep 12 hours a day. Why are you fighting it? He's like, I don't want to go to sleep. Something might happen. I'm like, we're in a dark room. There's nothing happening, except I might fall asleep. Now I'm starting to do this. And he's like, it's like now we're both blinking at each other by the soft light of the night light on the changing table. He's going this way. I'm going this way. It's like, he's so freaking cute. I know there are a lot of you out there who have children, and I'm sure your children are the cutest children in the entire world. So is mine. So is my son. He's the cutest boy I've ever seen. How many times have I had the chance to change what? Wait, what are we talking about? Developer, yeah. Staring into a dark room for an hour. He's not like really active at that time of night. Like he's content to just be held. He doesn't want to like play. He has a meal, and he's like me after Thanksgiving dinner. He's just like, there are people here. I shouldn't fall asleep. Like that's what he does. Oh, come on. Good glove. Good glove. Crit rate. I'll take it. 5-star crit rate with speed, HP, and defense. I would have liked crit damage, but that's not bad. Those are decent substats, but I hate that set anyway. Okay, one more. That's the second good glove. This one's crit rate, so it's a damagey one. Did it have accuracy? I don't think so. It had HP and defense or something. And flat attack. All the damage dealers now need accuracy. It's like they don't create damage dealers who don't need accuracy anymore. Remember back in the good old days where you could just like ignore accuracy on your damage dealers entirely? Literally didn't need any. Now it's like, no, every new damage dealer needs accuracy for something. I love the ones that need accuracy for one skill, but not for another, because the other one can't be resisted for some reason. Like, why are you doing that? Why would you design a champion like that? A lot of dads reminiscing right now.
My son, for whatever reason, I don't know why it is, but it's something to do with the length of his legs. It's impossible for him to not kick me in the crotch like 20 times a day. Like, he just kicks me in the crotch all day long. It's not intentional. He's just trying to move around, but it's like, like if I'm holding him and I'm like trying to, or if he's like sitting on my leg or something, it's like, or if I'm holding him and he's lying down, like every position I hold him in, for whatever reason, his leg is just long enough to hit me in the crotch, and then he just swings his legs like 50 times a minute. It's like, what's up, little man? Just He's tall. He's very tall. He's very long. We just had our 9-month checkup. He is above the 99th percentile in length. He's been above the 99th percentile in both length and weight for most of his life, but his weight has started to become a little bit more normal. So now he's at like the 90th percentile in weight, but he's above the 99th percentile in height. So he's just very long, and he's a big boy. He's not skinny. He's big roly poly guy. But he's super tall. And he's not coordinated. He looks like he's a year and a half old. He looks so much older than he is. He's 9 months old. So people who don't know him and don't know his story, like the first time they see him, they're like, "How old is that baby?" I'm like, "He's younger than you think he is." There we go. I'll take those 40 points. 4-star Hayscliff, lesser oils, 50 lesser oils. I'll take that. I want those. Yeah. Okay. That's not too bad. That was not a bad night's work. Let's see. Let's go to the where did we push the event dungeon to? Stage 12. So only 2 stages. I was at stage 10. I pushed to stage 12, which means I'll probably farm stage 11 from now on, which is slightly better than the stage 10 I was farming. I've got 900 gems. I have been thinking about what I want to do with these gems. I'm thinking about unlocking the Guardian Ring. I was considering getting Geomancer his masteries, but at this point, I think I'm just going to run him through Minotaur. I was lucky enough to land all the books here in the A3, which is great. I'm not really worried about the A2. It would be nice. But so I'm not going to book him anymore. So now I'm starting to put books into Ugo. I've gotten pretty good luck with I like to avoid the A1 entirely. But at least I've been hitting the A2 a little bit. And Tagore is maxed out. Like I said, I was able to save 2 books here on the A1. So doing okay on Epic Book. I'm going to need Epic Books for Anchorite if I decide to go that route. How are we doing in Clan v Clan? Feel bad. I feel like we should push. Yeah, man. I wanted that win. I did want that win. We're not going to get any we're not going to get the Blood Shield ring. I really wanted that Blood Shield ring. It's too bad. What do we have here going on? Artak would be nice, huh? Yeah, here going on. So I think I'm probably going to have somewhere in the vicinity of like maybe 1,000 mystery shards for the fusion. And I might have, say, 10 ancient shards. And then I should have 4 sacreds. And I think we have a 2 times void coming up. So between that and the 2 Sabbathos, and then hopefully I'll have Huntress and Bloodhorn, and that will allow me to get the Broadmaw fusion done. So hopefully with the Broadmaw, with all of these champions, with the Sabbathos, maybe with the Relic Keeper, I can do most of the champion chase without pulling any shards. And that'll allow me to complete the the summon rush. Maybe. We'll have to see. We will have to see. It's 2 times epic and Lego on Primal this weekend. They're not doing voids. Is that what's going on? You're looking to feed Carlinia, Kunoichi, Zargala, and others to get some stars. All right. Yeah, not this weekend. The first weekend of the fusion, which would be next weekend. Yeah. Where are we doing? Skinwalker. I don't really have Skinwalkers, so it's just Wukong. I mean, I could make some trash chickens. Bannerlords, I think I have just some rares. Yeah. So I need to get one more. So this will just be some materials for the forge. I got some decent forge materials, but I really need more perception. I need some more. I need like a 5-star speed boot in perception. That's what I really need. And then the resilience pieces would be, oh, sweet. You do a 10 pull here. Let's do a 10 pull. Get some 5-star. Give me something good. I haven't gotten, I think it's the helmets that are lacking. I've got some good shield and chest pieces. I could use a good glove. All right, let's see. No, that's trash. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. All right, this is very nice. Another 4-star chest piece. I already have pretty good chest pieces. This one has accuracy and crit rate. That's good substats, but we don't care. Flat defense, no good substats. These are the substats that I want, right? These are the substats that I want on like Wukong and Alice, but I want them in a different set, and I'd prefer 5 stars. But still, that's a very, very good piece. That might get used on somebody. So, decent piece, pretty good piece, very good piece. All 4 stars, though. Still not too bad. Ew. Nice mystery shard. Let's hit arena before we go. I think we can do this one. So I made some progress today. Upgraded to Gore pretty heavily, and that's going to make a major difference. And then I think some minor upgrade to Ugo. And I changed Geomancer's build. And I started to, and then I was like, I don't quite have a complete thing. So maybe those resilience pieces will make for a good set for Geomancer. Get him out of that regen. Yeah, this might end up being so it might be something like this and this, and then go for perception or pinpoint. Although we also got some good speed pieces, didn't we?
Oh, do we still have that chess piece? This piece, though. This is hard to get away from. Yeah, I think we're still looking for one more piece in the perception set. Preferably a helmet, because my helmets are pretty bad. Like a 5-star helmet with speed and accuracy. That'd be nice. But I think we'll get a new build for Geomancer tomorrow. Primal on Sunday? Where would we get a primal from? Oh, is it from the Alice Chase? Do we get a primal from the Alice Chase? Yeah, we get a primal. For me, it would be Monday then, because I'm a server day behind everybody, I think. Oh, I just realized the Chase is going to give me the accessories. Hopefully those are good accessories for me. So I'll have it, at least I'll have something to put on Alice. Right? But we're still talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more days. You got the 3-star soul today? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that is it for me tonight, folks. I'm desperately in need of some sleep. But thanks for coming and hanging out. This was fun. I'm glad I did this. Sorry I didn't get a video out today. I will try to get a video out tomorrow if I have time. And if not, you never know. Maybe I'll be back here live streaming tomorrow night as well. So good luck with your challenge accounts if you are running them. Thanks to all the other content creators for coming and hanging out. I had a lot of fun chatting with everybody. And that's it. That's it for me tonight. Thanks. Have a good one.